Let's begin programming by making a face with circles. To draw a circle, we need to use the ellipse command. So I'll type ellipse in this editor. After I write a command name in a program, I always follow it with parentheses and a semicolon. But I don't see an ellipse. The right side is still that boring white canvas. Well, there's no ellipse yet because I need to give more information about where to draw the ellipse and what size it should be. Since I am drawing a face, I want this ellipse to be smack in the center of the canvas and pretty big. I'll type 4 numbers in that'll make that happen, and we'll explore why they work. Ta-da! A face. Okay, so this first number, what does it control? I can change it by clicking on it and using the number scrubber that pops up. Watch, it's moving across the canvas. So this number controls how far the ellipse is from the left side of the canvas. What about the second number? If I change this, the ellipse moves up and down the canvas. Okay. On to the third number. Changing this makes the ellipse wider and thinner. All right, nice. Finally, the fourth. What else can we change? The height, making the ellipse taller and shorter, kind of squishy. Let's make it taller again. Okay, now you know what all of our numbers do. The first two control the position of the ellipse, and the second two control the size of the ellipse. We call these numbers the parameters to the ellipse command. And actually, we usually call a command a function. So here, in our program, we're calling the ellipse function and passing it 4 parameters to change how it draws the ellipse. When we describe the parameters of a function, we usually give them nicknames so that we don't have to say first and second. Let's go through the nicknames for these parameters. This first parameter, remember that it controls this. We call this parameter x because we think of x as the direction that goes across the canvas, like I'm showing here. It starts at 0 and ends at 400. So that's our x. The second parameter, we call it y because it controls this direction, and we think of y as the direction that goes down the canvas. That's y. And it also starts at 0 up here in the corner and goes to 400 down at the bottom. So that's x and y. We call the third parameter width because it controls the width. And the fourth parameter we call height. Okay, so now we understand what our code is doing and why it's doing that. Let's write some more code. Well, we have a face. It needs a mouth so that it can eat things. I'll make a mouth by typing a second ellipse underneath. I'm going to use the same x as the one before it because I want it to be in the center of the face, but I do want it lower down on the face. So I'll try 250 for the y. For the size, I want it smaller than the face. Let me try 110. Whew, okay, it's a little too small. I'm just gonna widen that up a bit. All right. Next, we need eyes because a face without eyes is pretty creepy. Let's start with the left eye. It should be closer to the left-hand side than the center. So I'll try 150. And it should also be closer to the top. So I'll try 150 for y as well. And they should be small, perfect circles. So I'll try 30, 30. Okay. I don't see my eye yet. What's wrong? Here's the issue. Oh No's guy, our error buddy, pops up and is telling me that something is wrong with the code. I am missing a semicolon. Where am I missing it? Line 5, the line of code that I just wrote. I forgot my semicolon. Classic mistake. I'll just add it back in, and here we go. We have our I. Now, you will probably see oh no's a lot when you're getting started, because this is your first time writing code, and it takes time to get used to the syntax, making sure you're spelling things right and using the right parentheses and always putting that semicolon there. So don't worry if you see him a lot. You'll get used to him. All right, now, finally, this is not a cyclops, so we need one more I. Since our next I is pretty similar to our left I, I'm just going to copy this line of code and paste it, and then move the X, and there you go. Beautiful. My face is finished, and it might be a little bit hungry too. Well, now you're going to try drawing some circles with code yourself.